appearances. We expected a little something from him. 0 announcements. So we had 2 days, 4 appearances, 0 announcements. We're sitting here, CC. It's Monday, and we still do not know where LeBron James is going to play basketball next season.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of annoyance, but I can understand with so much going on in the world of sports, what we had over the weekend with the World Cup finale, and then, of course, the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale. I get why LeBron James doesn't want his announcement to be drowned out with the rest of the noise in the sports world. He wants to be center stage, and he's earned that after 23 seasons in the association and defining the last 2 decades of basketball. So I get why LeBron James has waited, but it's getting around that time, Smalls. It's getting around that time. We're what, 50 days away from kickoff in the NFL season?
Yep.
We kind of need to know, and Commissioner Adam Silver said as much in terms of wanting to set the schedule. Can't do that without knowing where LeBron James is going to be for when you have your marquee primetime matchups, especially on the holiday stage. You want to make sure that number 23 is prominently featured, and it's hard to do that when you don't know where he's going to play basketball in 2026.
I'm with you. He has earned the right to do this the way he wants to do it. He has earned the right to have the biggest spotlight possible, or to reveal his last, or well, I'll say his next and perhaps his last destination in his career the way that's the most advantageous for him, his family, and his team. However, we've been waiting.
You're waiting.
And I think everyone's getting a little annoyed. No disrespect, LeBron, but come on, we're ready to find out. So where's this leaning? Here's our Dave McMenamin, who was on SportsCenter, talking about what he's hearing surrounding LeBron's decision.
In the conversations I've had in the last 24 hours in New York City, it seems like an Eastern Conference team will win the LeBron James sweepstakes. It's not saying that he has told Minnesota they're out or told Golden State they're out, but if it's about trying to play competitive basketball and possibly add a 5th championship to avoid basically 2 NBA Finals type series in the playoffs just to get to the finals in the Spurs and OKC, you're going to have a better pathway with either Cleveland, Miami, or Philly.
So Dave's saying it feels like an Eastern Conference team, not necessarily 100% taking Golden State or Minnesota off the board, but if that's the case, CC, where are you leaning? Cleveland, Philly, Miami?
Well, I mean, listen, he's got history with Cleveland and Miami, but the longer this goes along, I have a hard time believing that he's going back home, right? So I don't know that it's necessarily going to land on it being Cleveland. So you have to consider, if it's not Cleveland, Miami, or Philadelphia. And I got to be honest, Smalls, I want to see something new from LeBron James. I don't want to see him running back with the Miami Heat. I do think it'd be compelling. Not sure that ends up being a championship team, even with the big 3 of Bron, Bam, and Giannis. So I think the team that provides the best chance for a ready-made championship is Philadelphia.
Well, LeBron, was he breadcrumbing us a little bit in saying that he's going to Philly, like you suggested? LeBron said this during a live taping of The Shop at Fanatics Fest. Most important is I want to compete. I want to compete at a high level. I want to join a franchise that kind of shares the same motto as myself, and that's practicing championship habits every day, but trusting the process more than anything.
Yeah.
Do we think this is LeBron tipping his hand, or do we think he's trolling?
Listen, I don't know if he's tipping his hand. I don't know if he's trolling. He made the statement that he was using trust the process before Joel Embiid was even born. I would say this: when you have a finals MVP on a team in Jaylen Brown, and you have 2 young, dynamic guards in Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, I think a lot of the heavy lifting for LeBron James stepping into a situation is done, right? You have the energy, you have the exuberance with the young backcourt, you have the seasoned pedigree from Jaylen Brown, bringing a little bit of that championship DNA.
Someone who knows how to win.
Celtics.
Yep.
And then you have a former MVP in Joel Embiid, although he's had a hard time staying healthy the last couple of years. When you consider what they could be if they all got to the postseason healthy, I think the upside for the 76ers is greater than any other option in the Eastern Conference on the board for LeBron James.
As we hear the Sixers song from one of our Philly guys, pack us up.
Yeah, man, let's go.
So I'm opposite of UCC. From a basketball perspective, I love Philly. But if LeBron is waiting and he wants to do this his way, why would he be so overt with it to say, I trust the process? He drops that and I said, oh, he's trying to get everybody off the scent. It's not Philly. That's the way I interpreted that.
Really?
I still think he's going home to Cleveland.
You really think so? Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we'll see. But when will we see?
Will we?
The clock is ticking, LeBron. Anytime that you would like to make this announcement, we are here for you. Well, coming up next, we are going to give you our top 5 list of skill position players in the NFL. It's our ESPN recovering from the ECH.
Yeah, he's got to take a little bit of a breather, but we do have to give him his kudos. Phenomenal job hosting the Evan Cohen Hibachi Cookout, the 3rd edition of the Hibachi Cookout. They absolutely did a phenomenal job, him and his wife, Lauren. We can't thank them enough for their hospitality. And, of course, he always finds a way to outdo himself. This year, he won up to what we got the first 2 years. The food was on point. The chef was awesome. The barkeep was great. And then, of course, the finale, which is having the ice cream truck pull up Mr. Softy.
Very good.
Tip of the cap to Evan Cohen. Phenomenal job.
Shout out to Evan and his wife, Lauren.
Yeah.
They are the hosts with the most.
Yeah.
Cece, I hurt myself. I'm still in a little
Yeah.
bit of pain. Evan challenged me on Friday. He said, you never finish your food. There's no chance you can finish your hibachi. He bullied me into doing this.
Yeah.
So I went in there motivated. I went in there with a goal.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, I not only finished every single bite, I'm still feeling the pain. I felt like you. Normally you hurt yourself a little bit.
I do. I wore my pants with the elastic in them.
I gotta tell you, I made the fatal mistake of having a couple appetizers. Then we had the hibachi. 3 different plates. You have the salad plate, you have the rice and your protein, and then they add a little something on there with the veggies at the end, plus dessert. Every bite was phenomenal, but I really overdid it.
I feel like the way that they served up the hibachi meal was what we got from the World Cup, because having the veggies at the end, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants the veggies.
Nobody wants the veggies at the end. After I had the fried rice, I had the steak, which was
Delicious.
perfectly cooked. I had chicken, which I wasn't supposed to because I didn't order that. Had some shrimp, had some scallops. Like I went in. I went in as you should when you're doing a hibachi style meal. But to serve the veggies at the end,
I know.
come on, bro. That might have been the only miss that the chef had.
Yeah.
The food was phenomenal, well cooked. Everything was perfect. Except giving us the damn vegetables at the end, because nobody wants the vegetables in the first place.
Nobody wants that. Really quickly, before we move on to LeBron James and the lack of the decision here, who's your vote for MVP? We always give out the ECHC MVP. Who do we think the MVP was this year?
Oh, you know what? I got to go with Killer Mike.
Again.
Killer Mike.
He's
was
always the star of the show.
Yeah, he's a multiple MVP winner. He brought a lot of Ray macaroons. He brought the Dominic Hanzo Bakery croissants. They were just perfect.
You
And then,
had
of course, and then he goes in with the sake and catching the vegetables when he gets flipped from the chef. It's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Mike always in the MVP